Good morning, students. Look at the slide shown. You can find in the first part, the person is speeding up. That means his speed is increasing. In the second part, you can find the person slowing down. That means his speed is decreasing. In the third part, the bee is changing its speed as well as its direction. So, whenever a body changes its speed or its direction or both speed and direction, we say it is accelerated. We say that the body has acceleration. To have a better understanding about acceleration, we will consider an example. You can see in the graph that velocity is taken on y-axis and time is taken on x-axis. Consider a train starting from rest at station A. When it starts moving towards P, its velocity is increasing. Then the velocity will remain constant in its journey from P to Q. From P to Q, the velocity is not changing. But from the point Q in its journey, as it approaches the station B, its velocity decreases and finally becomes zero. So when the train starting from the station A to P, the velocity is increasing. But from P to Q, the velocity is not changing, it remains constant. And from Q to station B, the velocity is decreasing. Whenever there is a change in the velocity, either an increase or a decrease, we say the body is accelerated. But when it is having a constant velocity from P to Q, the velocity is not changing, then the body is not accelerated, it has zero acceleration. There should be a change in the velocity to say that the body is accelerated. Consider the initial velocity of a body as u and final velocity of the body after a time interval t as v. That means the velocity of the body changes from u to v in a time t. Then the change in the velocity is given by v minus u. This change in the velocity v minus u is denoted with delta v. Delta denotes a small change in the velocity. If we want to know how much the velocity changes in unit time or the rate of change of velocity, we should divide change in velocity by the time. Then we will have v minus u by t. This rate of change of velocity is termed as acceleration and is denoted by a, small a. So a equal to v minus u by t. What will be the units for acceleration? We know that the units for velocity will be meter per second and time is second in the SI system. So the units for acceleration in the SI system will be meter per second by second, which will be meter per second square or meter second to the power minus 2. Acceleration is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude as well as direction. The direction of the acceleration will be the same as the direction in which the velocity changes. So the velocity change, whatever be the direction of the velocity change, acceleration also will have the same direction. Now, if you consider the final velocity of a moving object is more than the initial velocity, that is, v is greater than u, then the change in velocity v minus u is positive. So, acceleration, which is given by the formula v minus u by t, will be a positive value by time. So, we will get acceleration as positive. When the velocity of a body increases with time, its acceleration is positive. You can look at the examples A and B. In the example A, you can find that the velocity is increasing with time from 0 to 2, 2 to 4 meter per second, then to 6 meter per second, and then 8 meter per second. The change in the velocity for any time interval will always remain positive. So, the acceleration will be positive. Even in the example B, you can find the velocity increasing with time. The change in the velocity v minus u will always be positive. Hence, the acceleration is positive. Now, if the final velocity v is less than its initial velocity, that is, v is less than u, then change in velocity v minus u is negative, acceleration will be negative. If you look at the example C and D, let us first see example C. You can find that the velocity goes on decreasing with time. You can find in the table that the velocity decreases from 8 meter per second to 6 meter per second, then to 4, then to 2 meter per second, and then to 0. It is decreasing. Here, you observe that the final velocity is less than the initial velocity in any given time interval. So, the change in the velocity will be negative and acceleration will be negative. Even in the example D, we can find that the velocity goes on decreasing with time interval. So, the change in velocity v minus u value will be negative and the body will have negative acceleration. So, we have seen that acceleration can either be positive or it can be negative. When the velocity of the moving body increases, it has positive acceleration, and when the velocity of the moving body decreases, it has negative acceleration. The negative acceleration is also termed as deceleration or retardation. Deceleration or retardation. Now, let us consider one more example where a ball is being thrown vertically upwards. We will observe that it reaches a certain height and then starts falling back. The velocity of the ball goes on decreasing. When it is moving up, the velocity goes on decreasing and it finally becomes 0 at a certain height. From this height, now the ball starts falling down. During its free fall, the velocity of the ball will increase with time and the acceleration is positive. So when the ball is moving up, thrown up, the velocity is decreasing. It has negative acceleration. After reaching the maximum height, the ball starts falling down freely and its velocity will increase. It has positive acceleration. We all know that our Earth exerts a force on every object on its surface. This force exerted by the Earth on the objects is known as force of gravity. This force of gravity of the Earth pulls the object towards itself. The force of gravity acting on a body causes a change in the velocity of the body. Thus, the body is said to be accelerated. The acceleration produced due to the Earth's force of gravity is called acceleration due to gravity. It is denoted by g and its value is 9.8 meter per second square. The acceleration due to gravity g value will be 9.8 meter per second square. Now, when the ball is moving vertically up, it is moving against the force of gravity and the velocity goes on decreasing at a uniform rate of 9.8 meter per second and it has negative acceleration. The velocity is decreasing at a uniform rate. Means the velocity decreases for every time interval by the same amount of 9.8 meter per second and finally reaches 0. So when the ball is being thrown up, vertically up against the force of gravity, it has negative acceleration and the negative acceleration is uniform. That means it is decreasing at a uniform rate. Again, when it is falling down from the maximum height under the force of gravity, the velocity starts increasing at a uniform rate of 9.8 meter per second. And now it has positive acceleration. Now, we have seen that acceleration can be uniform. When the change in the velocity is at a uniform rate, the change in the velocity is by an equal amount, then we say the body has uniform acceleration. If you look at the first table, you can find the change in the velocity in the first second will be 4 minus 0. In the next second, it is 8 minus 4, which is also 4 meter per second. And in the third second, it is 12 minus 8, 4 meter per second. So here, the change in the velocity is constant. So whenever the velocity is changing by the same amount, we say the body has uniform acceleration. On the other hand, when the velocity changes by different amounts, like you can see in the example, in the first second, the change in the velocity is 1 minus 0, which is 1 meter per second. But in the next second, the change in the velocity is 4 minus 1, 3 meter per second. So here, the velocity is changing by unequal amounts in equal intervals of time. Then the body is said to have non-uniform acceleration. For non-uniform acceleration, we can consider the example of vehicles moving on a busy road. The velocity of the vehicle on a busy road does not change by equal amounts. So we have understood the difference between uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. We will be learning in the next module how to represent the motion of a body using graphical method.